We are talking about irregular stem preterite verbs. So these are verbs that have a different stem or other irregularities. There are a few extras on your page. You want to make sure you take the notes so that you can play the games with us in class. So irregular preterite stem verbs. Some verbs, instead of knocking off the AR, ER, IR and adding the ending to the stem, like we usually do, have not just a stem change, but they change the stem. So I'll show you what I mean. First of all, though, the endings for the irregular stems are a, iste, o, emos, and ieron. And I kind of like these because the irregular stems are a mix of preterite, or a mix of AR, ER, and IR verbs. So you've got the A and the O here from the ARs, and the iste, emos, and ieron from the ER, IR verbs. So on your page here on this chart, I'm going to sing a song to you, and you try to figure out what the irregular stems will it be. So what stem will I add an ending onto for each of these verbs? See if you can pick them out, and then we'll go over them. And the song goes a little something like this. Tener estuve, estar estuve, ir fui también ser, poner es puse, poder es pude, traje es para traer, hacer hice, andar anduve, saber supe, querer quise, decir dije, venir vine, ver vidar no acentos, cha-cha-cha. So if you're looking at these verbs, what is the irregular stem that the verbs change into to conjugate and add my E ending? If you put saber soup, you're right. It's not sup, it's soup. Andar goes to anduve. Venir goes to vin. Traer to tra. Estar, estuve. Poner to pus. Poder to pud. Hacer to is. Decir to dich. Tener to tuve. And querer to quis. I totally made that up. I hope you enjoyed that. So now that you have that, let's put this in action. So saber, I'm telling you that the irregular goes to soup, and then I add my endings. So saber is to find out in the preterite. So how do we say, like, I found out I had a quiz, or we found out we had a quiz? So saber goes to soup, and then I add my endings. Supe, supiste, supo, supimos, supieron. So the kids found out that they have a test. Supieron que tienen un examen. Supe que tengo dos gatitos. I found out that I have 2 kittens. Tener to tuve. So if I wanted to say, like, I got money for my birthday, tuve, tuviste, tuvo, tuvimos, tuvieron. Tuve dinero. Or querer to quis means to try in the preterite. So it goes quis, so quise, quiso, quisimos, quisiste, and quisieron would be the 5 different forms. So these verbs are relatively simple. You take their irregular stem and then you add on your endings. There are a few that have these irregular eos, eas, and lea forms down here that I'd like to show you. So traer goes to trach, traje, trajiste, trajo, trajimos, trajeron. Note that we lost the I in the ieron ending there because of the J. So it has irregularities down here. Irregularities. That's a technical term. Decir does the same thing. Dije, dijiste, dijo, dijimos, dijeron. It lost the I. And then hacer, hice, hiciste, hizo, hicimos, hicieron. The reason this C went to a Z was a sound thing, remember? The busque, buscaste, QUEs, cargars, Rs. If this Z stayed a C, and then we added an O, then it would pronounce eco, but we want it to sound with that soft C, so we changed it to a Z, ESO. There are a few others that are straight up irregular. we've seen them before, but I wanted to point them out again. Dar, diste, dio, demos, dieron. Ver, viste, vio, vimos, vieron. Ser and ir, fui, fuiste, fue, fuimos, fueron. Note again in the fueron there is no I. And leer, to read, leí, leíste, leyó, leímos, leyeron. Has some irregularities because of the double vowel thing. We also see this in the Eres tu mi mamá book where it says, oh yo, he heard a sound from oír, took that Y. And that's pretty much what you need to know. We'll be practicing a lot for the quiz, or in class, just be practicing. Leer, other verbs that work like this are also ones that you've seen, like construir. That will take Ys as well. Contribuir, destruir, they all do this weird Y thing. And we'll be practicing in class. Make sure that you write any questions that you have in the margins, and draw a basket of kittens in the corner. Adios!